Yo, brother. What's good?
Yeah.
Uncle Drummer.
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
So you good, though? Everything good, though, yeah?
Yeah, everything's good.
All right, brother. All right, Aki. So, let me just ask you a few questions, yeah? What relation are you to the Shakur family? How the link come? Is it by blood or is it by, being sworn into the family?
Basically, my relation to the Shakur tribe is that I was basically sworn in through my big comrade and my big brother, Haki Shakur, mostly people know him as Master Cody.
That's right.
And him and Mutulu Shakur, which is Tupac Shakur's stepfather.
That's right. And your brother's the one that was on the phone with Tupac with the conversation, right?
Yeah, he's the one on the phone with Tupac, with the secretly recorded conversation that his wife had recorded.
Yeah. Respect to your brother, man. Enough. Hail up your brother for me, yeah?
Free Haki Shakur, free Master Cody.
That's right, brother. So you're coming from a long line of like motivated people that inspired Tupac. Can you tell us what you know? Tell us what you know about Tupac. What's the teachings? Did you actually know Tupac?
The thing is that I never actually got to meet him because he was assassinated before I could get a chance to meet him.
Okay.
So I never actually got a chance to meet him. It's just that a lot of his family members and his as I want to put it, the organization, which is the New African Independence Movement, and the New African Panthers, all of us had already knew each other. Okay. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Certain people knew each other from their parents. Yeah. And other comrades of the movement. Yeah. But I never got to meet him. Now, as far as Tupac Shakur was brought into the movement. Basically, he was basically birthed in the movement because his mother was already a Black Panther at the time of the Harlem, New York Panthers.
Yeah.
And Mutulu was actually already in the movement also, which was he was a Black nationalist. He was already under the Republic of New Africa. So Tupac later on in his teenage years would become. He came into the movement under the New African People Organization, which is an organization that was started in Los Angeles with some comrades of Mutulu, Afeni, and other members of the Black Liberation Movement. So Tupac Shakur in 1988 was actually brought in as the chairman of what we know today as the New African Panthers.
Okay, got you. And that sounds like the perfect match because I know Afeni Shakur, God rest her soul, may she rest in peace. I know she was definitely on a Panther game, and I know Mutulu Shakur was definitely on his A game. So that was like the perfect couple, in the eyes of what the public are seeing because
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let me explain this too. Also, that before Mutulu came in the picture. Matter of fact, let me start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay. And I should have done this at first anyway. But let me give all praises and due to the father of the Shakur tribe, which many people don't even know of, never even heard of. His name is Saladin Abba Shakur. Most of us call him Abba. And Abba, which is a word that stands for father. So he's the one that introduced the Shakur name and was the first to change his name to Shakur in the United States of North America. He had two sons by the name of Lumumba Shakur and Zaid Malik Shakur.
Yeah.
Lumumba Shakur is Afeni Shakur's first husband. This is how Afeni Shakur got the name Shakur. Okay. She married Lumumba Shakur.
Yeah.
And Lumumba Shakur was basically her first, introduction to the Shakur family. And then Mutulu, who moved to New York from Baltimore, was was took in by Abba Shakur and Lumumba Shakur and the Shakur family. This is how Mutulu Shakur became a Shakur.
Okay.
So Lumumba Shakur and Zaire Shakur are basically his revolutionary brothers, his brothers.
Okay. So Mutulu Shakur wasn't actually a Shakur. He got sworn in, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. So exactly. So when he came to New York, and when he was took in by Abba Shakur, this is when he actually became a Shakur. This is when he changed his name.
Okay, that's deep, man. That's real.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Deep. And
let me say this also, so people can get an idea of this picture. Saladin, Abba Shakur, was actually a follower and a comrade of Malcolm Shabazz. So part of, well, as you know him as Malcolm X.
Yeah.
And Saladin, another part of his name is El Hodge. He took on the El Hodge name also after his teacher and his leader, which is, El Hodge Malik Shabazz, we know as Malcolm X.
Yeah. Wow. This is deep, but and you know what? I'm so glad that I can speak to you, Aki, because a lot of people they're obsessed with the Tupac side, but as a superstar, as a rap artist.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that I can speak to you, and we can talk about the Black Panther side, the political side. You know what I'm saying, brother?
Yeah. That's what needs to be put out there now, because there's too much. As I always say, it's too much. Focus on which is the thug life side of Tupac, and which is the superstardom of Tupac Shakur. But we need to delve into the origins of a Tupac Shakur. What created Tupac Shakur? What gave him this type of mentality? Where did he get this mind from? So I'm glad to be speaking with you also to make this international connection, so all our people across the world, all our African people across the world, Black people across the world can understand how Tupac Shakur became the man he became.
Yeah, real for real. All right, brother. Listen, let me ask you this question now. Before we go into Tupac, yeah, let's talk about the Empress, the goddess herself, Afeni Shakur, yeah, because I feel like a lot of people, they love to talk about Tupac, but they really need to go back to like the Mutulus, the Afeni Shakurs, and other people just to get an idea what made Tupac and shaped him into the prince and the king that he was. Yeah?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, coming from like the background of the Shakurs and all that, yeah. What can you tell us about Afeni Shakur? Because everybody knows that she was a strong black lady. She went through a lot. What can you tell us about Afeni Shakur that people don't know about Afeni Shakur?
I would just say this. I mean, first I would tell them to go get the book, which the book that I don't know if many people know that she even had a book out.
I didn't know. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I would recommend people to go, go get her It's kind of like an autobiography book.
Yeah.
It was written by Jasmine Guy.
Yeah, I know Jasmine Guy. That was one of Tupac's girls, right?
Yeah, that's one of his closest friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jasmine Guy.
Yeah.
So they sat down and did a book together. And if you really want to know about Afeni Shakur's life, I would recommend people to go get that book, because in that book
they explain everything.
Let me give you the title. The title of the book is The Evolution of a Revolutionary, Afeni Shakur. And that book basically is documenting her whole life from childhood all the way up until, her adulthood with the Panthers, and also after the Panthers. So I would recommend them to get that book, because this book is, is basically breaking down everything you want to know about her that's not really, known in the, as far as in the public like that.
Yeah.
I would just say this, man, about Afeni, man. She was a strong woman, man. I would say that her background is the most important thing that I think people should study, because this is a woman who came from the South, who came from Virginia and North Carolina.
Yeah.
She was the daughter of of already of resistant people. Because in North Carolina, when her family moved to North Carolina, which is in Lumbee, North Carolina, people don't even realize that Tupac Shakur and Afeni Shakur, their ancestors that were in slavery, that came out of slavery, they were already connected to a movement that was connected with the Lumbee Indians. Wow. And these Indians and Tupac's and Afeni's ancestors fought alongside each other against what we would know as the Confederates.
Yeah.
The Confederate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Confederate Army, the Confederate of the South.
Yeah.
So this is, I'm just trying to give people an idea of where this resistance came from. So this is already in their bloodline. So Afeni Shakur is a person that I would definitely recommend people to study her life and to just get into her background, because her background is deeper as it gets up to the Panthers, to her joining the Panthers.
Yeah.
Because she was a type of person that believed in land. She is the type of person that believed in organizing her people for self-determination, for black people to organize themselves, to take care of themselves. And her whole thing was predicated around land. Yeah. She always taught us and everybody to, and black people to invest and to try to obtain land, because land is what makes us a self-determined, independent people. So we won't have to depend on the white man. So we won't have to depend on the white supremacist system. So we won't have to depend on the capitalist system. We can take care of our own people. So I would basically say that Afeni is the type of queen mother that you would see in Africa back in the days, in Africa now, that is the queen mother of the village, man. She's a village person.
Yeah. God rest her soul, man. She was definitely that light, bro. She was that light.
Yeah, she was that light. Yeah, she was a light. Like, everything that you seen that Tupac was, he was a reflection of his mother, man.
That's
you know what I'm saying? His mother was a warrior. Like,
that's right.
Like, there's so much stuff that I could talk about her, man, that we'll get into later. But you know what I'm saying? Like, she really was what Tupac became. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, so Mutulu Shakur now, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How did your brother and Mutulu Shakur make the link? Because your brother is the link for your family when it comes to the Shakurs, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. How did that link come about?
Okay. When Sayika Shakur, when he first went to prison, like in the late 70s, early 80s, I would say like the late 70s, early 80s, when Sayika Shakur, as people know him as Monster Cody, because a lot of people think it's two different people, but they're the same person. When he went to prison, he met this elder in prison that was a Muslim.
Yeah. And
I can't really think of his name right now, but he was a Muslim. He was a conscious type of human being and a spiritual type of person. Mm-hmm. This person became Sayika's teacher. So when Sayika became took in under his wing, this is when Sayika came into his consciousness. When he came into his consciousness, this is when he delved into more revolutionary politics and revolutionary science. Mm-hmm. So while he was in prison, this is how he got in contact with Mutulu.
Okay.
When he got in contact with Mutulu, Sayika had already changed his name to Sayika. Yeah. So when he changed his name to Sayika, this is how he came in contact with Mutulu. Okay. And when he came in contact with Mutulu, he got the blessings from Mutulu to change his last name to Shakur.
Yeah.
So Mutulu and him would communicate over the years through other people behind bars.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when Sayika got released from prison, Sayika met the other members of what we know as today the Republic of New Africa, which is our nation. He met everybody like Watani. This was Tupac manager.
Yeah.
Watani. Yeah. People like Makungu, Akiyele Umoja. All these people that I'm naming are the people who are part of the New African People's Organization.
Yeah.
These are the people that took Tupac in when Tupac moved to California.
Yeah.
So Sayika Shakur also met up with the same people that took Tupac Shakur under their wing.
Yeah.
So when this is how Sayika met Tupac also for the first time was at Makungu's house in L.A., which is he's another elder of the New African Independence Movement also. So this is how Mutulu and Sayika Shakur, you know what I'm saying, met. They basically met behind bars, and they continued the relationship when Sayika was released out of prison.
Got you. So, listening to you, Aki, yeah, it sounds like the Shakur family, yeah, is built up of so much people. Is there a lot of people that's in the Shakur family, yeah, or linked to the Shakur family that is locked away in prison?
Yeah.
Locked away in prison.
Oh yeah. Right now. Like, see, that's the thing about the Shakur family. It's not just the Shakur. The Shakur families stretch out into other families. Like you got the Sunni Ali's, which is Fulani.
Yeah.
Fulani, Sunni Ali, Bilal, Sunni Ali. They were a part of the Shakur family. And rest in peace to Fulani, Sunni Ali also. Then you have like Sekou Odinga, who just was released from prison and who was a political prisoner for over 40 years. He's a part of the Shakur family. Who else? Yasmin Fula, which many people don't know. Yasmin Fula.
That's his auntie, yeah? His auntie.
Is the mother of Gaddafi.
Okay. Yeah.
Which was Tupac's god brother, who was in the group The Outlaws. Yasmin Fula is part of the Shakur family. And you also have members of the Black Panther Party, Republic of New Africa, Black Liberation Army, who are locked up right now, who are also extensions of the Shakur family.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they all have different type of, how can I put it? They all have type of African names. They may not have the Shakur last name, but they are originally a part of the Shakur family. They just changed their names to other names. Like you got the Akinyele's, the Tai Himbas, all those type of people are part of the Shakur family.
Yeah, that's deep, man.
It's a whole lot of them. Trust me, it's a whole lot of them.
Yeah, and I love it, bro, because you know it's something that I've never heard. But
Let me say this.
Yeah.
I don't want to lead them also, but you also have the Lumumbas, which is Chokwe Lumumba and all the Lumumba family. They're also connected to the Shakur family. Like all these families are part of one big circle and one big, village.
Yeah.
And rest in peace to Chokwe Lumumba also.
Yeah, rest in peace for sure. And recently they let go of they bailed Geronimo Pratt.
Geronimo Pratt was released in when was Geronimo Pratt released? I think Geronimo Pratt was released like in the mid to late 90s. He was released out of the penitentiary after doing over almost 30 years behind bars.
Yeah.
On up charges.
Yeah, and he's a big.
And also, rest in peace to Geronimo Pratt, because he also passed. He passed like 4 to 5 years ago.
Yeah, rest in peace.
In Africa.
Yeah. And Geronimo Pratt, he's a big.
He's also. Yeah, let me say this also. He's also another one that's an extension.
That's right.
And is a part of the Shakur family. He's Tupac Shakur's godfather. He was Tupac Shakur's godfather.
Yeah. And let's talk about Tupac's. I'm not sure if is the auntie, the one that they said was in Cuba.
Oh yeah, Assata.
Yeah.
Assata.
Yeah, because I watched this thing on her, and she talked about what she went through as she was captured by the authorities, and what kind of prisons they put her in, male prisons, and just the way they dealt with her was just disgusting, brother. And I was appalled to listen to that a black woman had to go through that type of traumatism. You know what I mean? So what can you tell us about Assata? Because obviously we know that she's a strong sister and she's been through a lot.
Yeah, man. She been through a lot, man. Like she was basically tortured in that man's prison, man. Like they really dehumanized her, man, and really tortured her, man. Like to this day, like you know what I'm saying. Like that's one of the most dehumanizing crimes that's ever been taking place on our women, man. And she's a symbol of that, man. Like they've been doing this to our women for so many decades and so many years, man. It's like she's a symbol of that resistance of sexism and that symbol of what they did to our women. But basically, Assata, this is the thing with Assata Shakur. Assata Shakur, also who came from the South and moved to New York and became a part of the movement and also joined the Black Panther Party. And this is how she became a Shakur. She became a Shakur when she met Mutulu Shakur's brother, Shakur.
Yeah.
They became real close. So for a long time, she hadn't changed her name yet. I think she didn't change her name yet. So she was Joanne Chesimard for a while when she joined the Black Panther Party. But which is tomorrow, which is tomorrow. Let me say this: tomorrow, November 2nd, 1979, was also when Assata was liberated from prison. This is when she was broke out of prison. Tomorrow would be the 38th year since she's been freed from that penitentiary.
Yeah.
Tomorrow,
yeah.
which is what we call Assata Shakur Liberation Day, which is tomorrow.
Okay, bro.
Well, in May 1970 something, I can't think of the exact date right now.
Mm-hmm.
Assata, Zaid, and Sundiata, which is he's still locked up now. Sundiata Kolak, which is he's another extension of the Shakur family.
Yeah.
They were riding down the New Jersey Turnpike, and they was pulled over by these crooked white cops.
Yep.
And during that traffic stop, Assata and Zaid and Sundiata was ambushed by these cops. These cops opened fire on them. They shot Assata in the back while she had her hands up.
Wow.
And they assassinated and killed Zaid Malik Shakur. They shot the man in the head, stood over top of him, shot him again, and basically murdered Zaid Malik Shakur. So he's really the first Shakur to be assassinated.
Wow. So
after that incident, this is when Assata changed her last name to Shakur in tribute to Zaid Malik Shakur, which is her comrade getting assassinated by the police. So she wanted to, make that tribute by changing her name to Shakur and to the Shakur family and making her dedication to the Shakur family. This is how she became Assata Shakur.
Yeah.
So when she was liberated out of prison, by members of the Black Liberation Army and members of the Weather Underground, which was a white anti-imperialist organization who joined with the Black Liberation Army and the Shakur family and became the family, which was the family organization. They liberated her out of prison in 1979. So to this day, she's been living in Cuba. You know what I'm saying? Because the Cuban government gave her political asylum, which was what Castro did before he passed away.
Yeah.
So she's been living in Cuba for almost the past 40 years.
Yeah.
And also the thing I also want to tell the listeners also is that this is the thing with the Shakur name and the Shakur family. So let me just say this real quick.
Yeah.
The only people in the Shakur family that's blood related are Lumumba and Zaid Malik Shakur, who are the sons of Abba Saladin Shakur. Now, Mutulu Shakur is not blood related to Lumumba and Zaid Malik Shakur and Abba Shakur.
Yeah.
He was took in by that family. So that's how he became a Shakur. He was took in by that family.
Yeah.
Assata also is not blood related to Mutulu Shakur.
Yeah.
She's not blood related to Lumumba, Zaid, and the Shakur family.
Yeah.
Mutulu and Assata Shakur and Afeni Shakur are not blood related to Lumumba and Zaid and Abba Shakur.
Yeah.
These are people who became a part of that family. So they are family. Don't get it twisted.
Cool.
They're family.
Yeah.
They're just not blood related.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like Haki Shakur, my big comrade, my big brother.
Yeah.
He's not blood related to Tupac, but they're brothers.
Yeah, most definitely.
Because this is the thing. We reconnect all the way back to our African ancestry and our African roots. And what I mean by that is that we all know how the African society was. Everybody is family if you're a part of that village.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So once you become a part of that village, you are family. So it's just like you are blood related. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, my brother.
So that's how I am also. Yes, I'm a part of the tribe. I'm not blood related, but yes, that is my family. We are all family. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once you take that Shakur name, once you take on that Shakur name, you become a part of that tribe. You are family, even though you're not blood related.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's
I just wanted to clear that up because a lot of people be getting it, they be getting confused on, like, okay, Assata Shakur is Tupac's aunt. He's not her. She's not
biological, yeah.
Yes, but she is his aunt.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like Mutulu is Tupac's father.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to clear up because a lot of people don't understand that distinction. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you know what I respect, brother? I respect, that there's loads of different people. Some of them got the secure name, some of them got the name, and some of them don't got the name, yeah?
Exactly.
But what I respect, is that you all link and all unify as one family.
In one nation.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So
exactly.
I love that, bruv. You know what I mean? I really respect that because that's what more black people, we need to do that. You know what I mean? Just because we don't have the same name, it don't mean that we can't all live like family.
Exactly.
And that's what you lot are showing the world that you can, because there's loads of different people. Some of them got the name, some of them got the Shakur name, some of them don't have it, but you are all classified as family.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I really do rate that.
That's how it's supposed to be, man, because that's the only way we're gonna fix our social ills in society, man. We gotta reach back to our original traditions, our original culture, our original way of living. And our original way of living is being family.
That's right.
There's nothing more important than being family. You don't have to be blood related to be family. You see what I'm saying?
Real talk.
Like I always telling people, it's more people out here in the world that's your family that's not your blood.
Real talk.
And you got family members that is your blood that's not really your family.
Yeah. Real talk.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to think about all the dynamics behind what makes a family. Being blood related is not the most important thing of being a family unit and being a family organization and being a family.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because like you said, you could have family, but you ain't got that unity. You ain't got that love. You know what I mean? Just having the same blood don't really mean nothing, because there's people that got the same blood that will kill you.
Yep. You see that play out every day in the streets.
Yeah.
I don't care where black people live across the globe. Even in the United States of America, Europe, Africa, in these streets, you are seeing what black people are doing to each other. You see what I'm saying? You got black people killing each other.
For sure.
You got family members killing each other. You see what I'm saying? So blood don't mean nothing at the end of the day. I mean, it means something to certain people who value blood and who value family relations, But you got a lot of people who just don't value that, and they can be your blood relative. You see what I'm saying?
That's real. That's real talk, brother.
Real talk.
That's real talk. So Aki, so let's talk about Tupac for a sec, yeah. So Tupac, you said that he became. What did he become? The ambassador. What did he say he became?
He became the chairman of the New African Panthers in 1988, 1989.
How old was he? How old was he then?
18.
Okay.
He was 18.
So what was it? What was his responsibility as a chairman?
His responsibilities was he was the chairman of the Atlanta, Georgia chapter of the New African Panthers. And what the New African Panthers was, an organization that was a organization, like I said, that was up under the New African People's Organizations, which was our elders organization. So he was in charge of basically the youth. He was basically in charge of politicizing the youth, like bringing in youth across, Georgia or wherever you lived across the United States. He was in charge of bringing in the youth into the movement, to join the movement, and to teach them about the movement, and to, organize, around political, social, economic issues in the New African Black community.
Gotcha.
He was the chairman to recruit New African scouts and bringing in younger New Africans and teaching them about the whole Black liberation movement and the Black liberation struggle, and just basically organizing. Man, he just was, trying to put back together that was broken by the COINTELPRO and the FBI. See, what Tupac was trying to do was recreate the Black Panther Party, but modernize it.
In rap music.
Exactly. And modernize it under to the point of speaking the language of the youth. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he understood that our generation was different from our elders' generation. So we couldn't just speak this type of language of our elders and think that our younger people was going to accept it and understand what they were talking about. So no, Tupac looked at it like, no, I'm going to rebuild the Panthers, but it's going to be modernized to where the youth can understand what we're talking about and what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So he wanted to speak the language of street cats.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
He's smart. It's like,
it was a strategy. It's a strategy.
Yeah, it's like someone reading the Bible, yeah, and trying to translate it from them times, but you modernize it. You know them way that some people might put it in rap. Like, a lot of people might not want to sit down and listen to you reading the Bible, but if you can rap it, the people, you might get millions of people that want to hear that.
Exactly.
So he was a smart guy. He was definitely a smart guy. But one thing I want to ask you, Aki, yeah, because in your conversation you just used the word overstood, yeah, and I remember your brother and Tupac talking about your brother breaking down overstood to Tupac, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Overstanding.
So can you tell us, the listeners, yeah, because a lot of people always say, "Oh, you understand me," and it's not good to use the word understand. That's why you say overstood. So can you break down?
Exactly.
Yeah, can you break it down for us, brother?
Yeah. What the overstand term is basically saying, and what it basically means is that we all know that and this goes back to our great father, Baba Omawale, Malcolm X, man.
Yeah.
Malcolm X. If many people overstand Malcolm X, you will understand that Malcolm X read the whole dictionary. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So certain terms in the dictionary, if you want to put it like this, most of the terms in the dictionary are basically terms that were defined by white people.
Yes, my brother.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, my brother.
So certain words and certain terms have different meanings because of how the white man defined those terms.
Yes,
you see what I'm saying?
Yes, my brother.
So okay, this is what Sanyika did. Sanyika took the term understood and he researched that term. And what we come to find out about the term understood is that when it was first put in the dictionary, it was a term of lower self. It was a demeaning term. It was a negative term. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't a term of you actually, you know what I'm saying, understanding what's being said to you. It basically was a term to degrade you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So we all know, and this is using common sense logic, we all know that you can't understand something. Because how can you understand something when you under it? You see what I'm saying?
Yes, my brother.
How can you see the full picture when you under something? You can't grasp something if you can't see it. So the term overstand is basically saying that, okay, I can see the logics, I can see the meaning, I can see what you're saying. I can how can I say it?
Overstanding. You have an overstanding.
I have an understanding of what you're saying.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I can basically decipher what you're saying.
Yeah.
The meaning can be deciphered better by me overstanding than understanding. Because
Exactly.
everybody knows if you're over something, it's basically like how you can say it. Okay, if me and you did a crime or didn't commit a crime, but say for instance the police is after us. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're on the run. We're running through the streets. Me and Drummer, we're running through the streets of England. We're running through the streets. And the police, you know what I'm saying? They can't really see us now on foot. But if if they're in a helicopter, you see what I'm saying?
They have
with
an
the police
overstanding.
helicopter
Yeah.
flying over us,
Yeah.
they can see us.
Yeah.
They got a better overstanding of us in order to capture us.
To oversee us. Yeah, to oversee
Yeah.
us. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's basically what that term is basically saying. Is like, no, man, we don't understand it. We overstand it. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, my brother.
So it's basically going back to like the white man putting a definition behind a word that doesn't mean what that word means. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, my brother.
Because it makes no logical sense to say that I understand it. How do you understand it?
Yeah, yeah. You have to be under it.
what I'm
You have
saying?
to be under it to understand. Yeah, so you're under. You know.
Yeah, so you can't really get the meaning out of it if you understand it, but you can get the meaning out of it if you overstand it. You see what I'm saying?
That's
So
right.
it's just one of those powerful terms that, you know, we just took you back to our ancestors and basically, you know, like, hold on, we got to put our own definitions to certain words, because certain words that the white supremacists created doesn't make sense to African common sense.
Yes, my brother, and that's how we get caught up, because we don't understand their dialect, and
Exactly.
having conversations with them, yeah, can put us in entrapment because we don't really understand what they're saying, but they know what they're saying,
Yep.
and they know what they're saying is a trap to capture you.
Exactly.
Yeah, so yeah,
Because we all understand that at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, this is not our original language. This is not our original tongue. These are not our original words. You see what I'm saying? So it's like we got to go back and redefine these words and look at these words from an African educated centered worldview. It's like we all know that we come from different tribes, different nations of Africa. So it's like we never spoke English. You see what I'm saying?
yes, brother.
So it's like, you know, we gotta watch that European language, because that language is powerful, because everybody knows when you speak in a language, you speak in spirits. So that white supremacist language of English language is like you said, it's an entrapment. It's to entrap African people minds and African people.
Yes, my brother. Let's talk about your big brother now, yeah?
Okay.
Because your big brother, he's done a lot of jail time, yeah? But,
Yep.
you know, where society would try to label him as a criminal, a villain, whatever they want to, you know, label him as, he's also a very intelligent, smart black man, yeah? That writes books and got an overstanding on a lot of things, and he drops a lot of knowledge. So let's talk about your brother. What can you tell us about your brother? What do you want the world to know about your brother? Because, you know, I've listened to your brother, and I've only heard your brother talk once, yeah, and
Exactly.
that was on the phone call, but I was inspired by him. So, what do you want the
Exactly.
world and England and all over the world globally to know about your brother? Because we know how the system would put him out, but how would you put him out?
Let me just say this. Let me start off by saying this. The same thing I said about Afeni. The first thing I would tell people that's listening to get an overstanding of who Haki Shakur is, aka Monster Cody, on who he is, go get his first book. You know what I'm saying? His first book is called The Autobiography of an LA Gang Member.
Yeah.
This book came out in the 90s. So that's the first thing. Go get his book, The Autobiography of an LA Gang Member. Secondly, I would tell him to go get his recent book, which is called Stand Up, Struggle For It, New African Revolutionary Writings on the Nation, Class, and Patriarchy.
Yeah.
Those two books right there will give you the overstanding of both worlds of a Haki Shakur and who Haki Shakur is today. But what I want people to understand about Haki is that, look here, man. Haki Shakur came from I don't want to say a lower class family, but he came from, like, as we all do, we come from family conditions that are not that great. You see what I'm saying?
He came from the struggle. He came from the struggle.
Exactly. He came from the struggle. So that's what I really want people to emphasize on. Just look at the struggle of black people. We know the struggle of black people. We don't have perfect lives. We coming from conditions that most of us don't ever make it out of. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, my brother.
So that's what I want them to understand about Haki. Haki came from the struggle. He joined the gang. He got caught up in gang life. He got caught up in criminal life. Like most of us did, and most of us do. Like a lot of us doing right now. Even me. I even came from that lifestyle. I got caught up in criminality. I did criminal things. So at the end of the day, that's what you coming from. When you coming from the street life, you're coming from a life of criminality.
Yes.
But that doesn't define you overall, is what I want to say. This man went to prison. Yes, he keeps getting trapped up in the prison system. Why does he keep getting caught up in the prison system? People have to understand on who he is. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
One, the white man is labeling him as a terrorist. They're labeling him as a gang leader. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
So that gives them the means to keep harassing this man. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And what makes it even more deeper is that he's a Shakur.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So once he became a Shakur, and once he got a little famous, he got famous with the book, he became a target like every other Shakur that you know in history.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I want people to look at it from that point of view. Is that this man is a man who went to prison. He transformed his mind. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
From a criminal mentality into a revolutionary mentality.
Yes.
He became a revolutionary theoretically. You see what I'm saying? He's a revolutionary theorist. He's a revolutionary scientist. So with all these elements put together, he came from the streets. He became a revolutionary. He became an author. He became a Shakur. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
That alone makes him a figure that can change the youth mentality. You see what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Because so many people from the streets who identify with gang culture, who identify with street culture, can identify with Sanyika. So if Sanyika is left free to roam around the United States of America, do you know how many youths he can organize and bring together in unity into the positive side, into the positive light, and change these streets?
Yes, sir.
This is why this man keeps going to prison, because he has a long history of clashes and a long history with the police department of California. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, my brother.
They don't want this man to be free to be in the streets and in the community and changing new African people's lives, man. Especially the youth lives. You see what I'm saying? They realize that he can organize the Bloods and Crips. He can stop the Bloods and Crips from killing each other. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is why he's having these long, how can I say,
sentences.
Yeah, this is why he keep getting these long sentences and these long, protracted, drew out sentences behind bars, because the police want this man behind bars, or even worse, they want this man assassinated.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they know what he can do. You see what I'm saying? He's an extension of the Shakur family, man. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Him and Tupac, I'm going to put it to you like this. Sanyika and Tupac, and I'm going to take it this far back, even Stanley Tookie Williams also. Stanley Big Tookie, Stanley Williams. Those three people right there I want people to focus on. Stanley Tookie Williams, Tupac, and Sanyika Shakur, a.k.a. Martha Cody. These three figures are hands down the most influential black men of our time.
Was Tookie with Crips?
The Crips. Yeah,
he was the leader. He was the leader, innit? Yeah.
He's one of the co-founders of the Crips.
Jamie Foxx made the film about him, innit?
Yeah, exactly. He made the film about him called Redemption. Redemption. Yeah. So those three, I'm just using those three as an example of in our time, not our elders' time, not our mothers and fathers' time, not the 60s and 70s, but the 80s and 90s and beyond. These three dudes are the most influential cats of on our people of this time. Yeah. Because so many of us can relate to those three dudes. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, my brother.
Like their voice and who they are and what they became could change a lot of things. The white man understood this. This is why they had Tupac assassinated. Yeah. This is why they had Tupac assassinated. This is why Sanyika Shakur is being recaptured over and over by the police department, because their influence on the youth, their influence on black males, their influence on the new African family. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, my brother.
So that's all. I just want people to understand that we're not perfect people. Even people inside the movement. This is another thing I want people to understand. Okay, just because a person becomes revolutionary, a person who becomes, a changed human being, and they may not no longer indulge in criminal activity, that doesn't mean they're perfect. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, my brother.
Because you got to understand, we're still living under white supremacist.
Yes, my brother.
System. We're living in white supremacist countries. So they are always going to attack black males. I don't care if you're doing positive or you're doing negative. They're going to still attack you. They're going to find ways to get you locked up. They're going to find ways to kill you. So the thing with Sanyika is that, please understand, he's not a perfect human being. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, my brother.
That's all,
yes,
man.
My brother. That's real talk. That's real. I love that talk, bruv. I love that talk. Now, Aki, what I want to say, is I want to talk about you now, my brother, So, you being his younger brother, and you seeing what the system's got your bigger brother caught up on. What made you turn to the revolutionary side and say, I'm gonna carry the flag? Because I listen to when you talk, and I watch what you put on Instagram, and I follow everything that you're doing right now, and it's positive. It's positive, and I've got to say that I'm proud of you, brother, because there's not a lot of people on it. Well, there is a lot of people on Instagram, but there's not many people on Instagram that will put something up that you can learn something about your history, learn something about your character, learn something about your ancestors. There's not a lot of people on that. So what made you take that route, bro?
To be honest, I would say this. Let me put it to you like this. Okay, I'm a person that has always been aware. I'm a person that's always been conscious. Even since a teenager, I've always, wanted to know what was going on in the world. So basically what I'm saying is that I've always been a reader. I've always been a person that wanted to learn more about our struggle, our ancestors' struggles. Yeah. So over the years, even when I was, indulging in the street life, I still always had this conscious mentality to, you know what I'm saying, to myself. I always been a person that tried to teach myself about things I wasn't taught in school. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, okay, as the years went by, you know what I'm saying, and when I got into adulthood, you know, like it's just a lot of things that took place in my life, like my brother being killed when he was young. I seen a lot of my friends being incarcerated, seeing a lot of my peoples being murdered, seeing a lot of my people dying. You know what I'm saying? So, as the late 90s, and even myself, me being attacked, you know what I'm saying? Like the scar I got on my face now. I've been attacked. I've been shot at. You see what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
I got to the point that I just got fed up with the criminal mentality. I got fed up with the criminal lifestyle because I knew it wasn't right. My spirit, I had a resurrection in my spirit. So when you know, all my communications with Mutulu and all my communications with Sanyika in the late 90s, you know what I'm saying? Like, it made me want to get back into that, you know, of what I strayed away from, because I strayed away from it for a while. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, by me reconnecting with Sanyika and you know, connecting with Mutulu, and Sanyika really taking the initiative to really teach me about what really is going on, and teaching me about the Shakur family, and teaching me about the Republic of New Africa, teaching me about the New African Independence Movement and what our true struggle is. And then by them giving me the name, which is Haki Shakur, which stands for righteous, truthful, thankful to God. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It goes back also, and I'm going to give credit to this also, because I got to give credit to it. Watching one of Tupac's interviews, where Tupac stated that, okay, he was basically saying that he knew that his mother, Afeni Shakur, wouldn't see revolution in her time. So Tupac took that initiative to take that torch on from his mother. So then Tupac came to the realization that he might not see revolution in his lifetime.
Yeah.
So Tupac was basically saying that from Harriet Tubman, from all these great people from slavery, all the way up to the, you know, the 60s and the 70s of his mother, of Mutulu and them not seeing revolution in their time. So all the way up into our time, which is the 70s, baby, we might not see revolution in our time. But it's that one thing that Tupac said in the interview. He was like, somebody has to take up the torch. Somebody has to be that person to take up the torch, to be the sacrifice, to put this information out here, to do the work, to get out into the community and try to wake our people up and try to show our people what we wasn't taught in school, and what revolution is, and what we should be truly struggling for as a people, not just in the United States, but globally. You see what I'm saying? So
yes.
Once Sanyika Shakur gave me that name, and once Mutulu blessed that name, I took it upon myself like, look here, man, I got to pick up the torch because I don't know how long I'm gonna be here on Earth.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So I want to leave. I want to leave something behind that the generations that's coming behind us can see and learn. And you know what I'm saying? I just want to leave those bricks, because we all part of that house we trying to build. We all a brick in that foundation. So I'm just trying to leave my bricks behind, or leave my bricks in that house or that pyramid, for somebody to come behind and to continue to put those bricks on that pyramid or that house till we finally reach the final destination, which is independence, freedom, and you know, living as a sovereign people, man.
Bruv, you know what, bruv? I rate you. I rate the bloodline. I rate all of you, brother. Yeah, and you know what? I rate you right now because, you know, the older generation done what they done, yeah, and now, you know, you're carrying the torch, bro. And I just gotta say enough respect to you, brother. Enough respect. But what I will say, the last thing I'm gonna say, yeah, because this is just part one, this is just part one of this thing. You know, this is just the
Oh,
this is the
oh,
salad for them right now. This is the salad for them. So I'm gonna ask you one more question, yeah, and then we're gonna leave it as that, yeah.
okay.
But the last question I'm gonna ask you now is, yeah, you Haki Shakur, right? What do you want people to know about yourself and the movement, like the new African Panther,
Oh, the new
new
Independence
African
Movement.
Panthers, yeah. What do you want people to know about the new African Panthers? I'm talking about black people, the black kids, black adults, globally, Africa, England, America, everywhere. What do you want them to know?
I just want them to know that, like, as far as the new African independence movement, the Republic of New Africa, and that whole struggle. What I want people to understand is that all across the globe, man, black people have to get this in their mind that we were independent people before the white man and the Arab invaded Africa. Our people have always been sovereign, independent nations, independent tribes of people, man. We have never, ever depended or needed to lean on another race or another group of people for us to be free people or for us to live as people, man. So what I'm basically saying is that in the United States of America, there's a nation here, man. There's a nation of people who are continuing and taking up a struggle of their ancestors who didn't want to become a part of the United States of America or the United States government, who always wanted to return back to Africa, who always wanted to be independent, freedom people that they were before they were enslaved and brought over on them boats to North America, to the Caribbean islands, to South America, to England, to wherever they took our people to, man. Understand that there's a struggle that was always being waged to get back to who they were before they were enslaved. So this is basically what I'm passing on to my younger generation, is that please study people that they don't teach you about school. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Learn about slavery. Learn about what your ancestors were truly struggling and fighting for. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
and what was they truly fighting for? They were truly fighting for true freedom. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, my brother.
And I want them to also understand that it's okay. It's okay not to want to be American. It's okay not to want to be English. It's okay not to be anything that's European. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
because you wasn't that. Your ancestors wasn't that. Your ancestors were Africans, man. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, my brother.
So you must understand that you're African first. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I want my younger people to understand and my black people to understand. It's okay not to want to be a part of what the white man has got going on all across the globe. They are not your God. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, my brother.
And money is not your God. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, my brother.
We must return to what we were before we became colonized, before we became colonial subject. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
we were a free people, man. I don't care what part of the world you live, black people. I don't care what part of the world you live in. Understand, you were free before you came in contact with this white man and even the Arab. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, my brother.
So that's what I want to say, man.
Brother, you know what? I listened to everything you said today, and, you know, it makes perfect sense, my brother. And, you know, you're talking from the root. So, you know, I think that all of us as black people, you know, as Nubians, we all need to go back to the root, bro. You know,
yeah.
I think we're going, like you said, we're too far in this man's system. And this man's system is only set up for himself, not set up for any other people that don't look like him. You know what I'm saying? It's only set up for himself.
Exactly.
For him to prosper, for him to win, for him to conquer, for him to dominate. So, You know, I think that, yeah, what you explained today, Aki, it was real. And like I said, that's only one part of this thing. You know, we're going to go way deeper in, you know. But right now, the people need to, they're thinking about a big meal, but they need to eat salad first. They need to, you know, just learn how to eat properly.
Perfectly stated, man. Perfectly stated.
Yeah, brother, man. So, you know, I just want to just, bruv, you know, I got bare respect for you, brother. Car, you know, it's all love.
I got a lot of respect for you, man. And I just gotta salute you, man. I want to give a shout out to you because I just want the listeners to also say that, man, this is what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna make these international connections. This is another one of my goals. My goals is to connect with my black family all across this globe.
That's right, brother.
And I gotta say this, man. Everybody out there in the world, man, you are Tupac Shakur.
Yes.
You see them? We're all Shakurs. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
We are all Shakurs. We are all Tupac, man. You know what I'm saying? You're all family. We are all family. And all the people who support Tupac, who you know, Tupac, it means something to them. You are Tupac, and it's your duty to continue that struggle and to continue to lay those bricks that he started to put on that pyramid in that house. And I just want to say drama is a part of that brick, that foundation, because me and him are now connected. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We are all family, man. We are all family.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, I want to say as well, Aki, real quick, yeah? You know, like I watch a lot of stuff on the internet, and, you know, Tupac is like the biggest thing in the world right now when it comes to this rap thing. Yeah? He's the biggest thing in the world. And there's some people, we call them haters, you know. These haters, they try to throw dirt on the God's name. But you see what it is now is that when you're great, you know, and you can't be denied of that. So as much dirt as they throw, you know, it just makes the man more famous. And real people know that, they know the fake from the real.
Yeah, they know the fake from the real.
You know what I'm saying? And most
they gotta understand that. And they gotta understand it's always gonna be, you're always gonna have Negroes out here helping the white man try to sabotage great people's names, man.
Exactly.
That's all a part of the agenda, is to assassinate characters and to assassinate great leaders' names. You see what I'm saying? And also, before we get off, man, go get that book called The FBI War on Tupac Shakur and Black Leaders by John Potag. And the forward is by Pam Africa and our esteemed political prisoner, Mumia Abu Jamal, and Fred Hampton Jr., which is the son of Fred Hampton Sr. of the Chicago Black Panthers. Go get that book. And the reason why I want you to go get that book, if you want to know everything about why our leaders keep getting assassinated, why they keep getting targeted, why Tupac was targeted, and like we say over here, he was assassinated. He wasn't just murdered. Tupac Shakur was assassinated.
Yeah.
Go get that book, The FBI War on Tupac Shakur and Black Leaders. Go get that book now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, brother Aki, listen. I'm going to let you go because I know you're a busy man. Yeah?
Yeah.
I know you're... Any projects or anything you want to tell the people about where they can connect with you or anything you got going on right now?
I would just say, man, just follow me on my Instagram at Haki_Quayle_Shakur. You can hit me up on Facebook, Haki Quayle Shakur. You can check out my YouTube channel, Haki Quayle Shakur. Everything is under Haki Quayle Shakur. And I would just say, man, I got a couple of things in the works, and especially continue to build with you.
Yeah.
But
yes.
I would just say this, that I will be on my Brothers Comrades show in the beginning of December, at the end of November. It's called the K-Dot Kente Show, and it will be on Comcast and Verizon channels in the United States of America. That's going to be the next thing I got coming up, basically. But, you know, just building with everybody, man. Constantly building with all my peoples, man, is what I'm doing.
That's real talk, brother. And that's the same thing I'm on as well, Aki. You know, so... yeah, bro, I just want to say respect, bro, man, because, you know, it's just respect and honor, bro, because, You know, this is real moments. This moment talking to you is as real as when I heard your brother talking to Tupac on the phone, bro. And this is what black people need to start doing, having real moments, talking about real stuff that concerns something, not talking about this person, that, and slagging people off and chatting bullshit, because it's not about that. It's about us understanding ourselves and us trying to make ourselves better people, uniting and coming together and building, you know?
Exactly. Oh, yeah, this is documented history right here. This is history. This is archives. This is something you put in the archives. This is history right here, because at the end of the day, man, we as a people got to start documenting our own history and telling our own stories and telling our own truths. You see what I'm saying? So we must continue to document all this, you know what I'm saying? Because like I tell my comrades all the time, man, our elders are getting old and they're transitioning away, man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's up to us younger brothers and sisters to continue to document this history and to continue to tell this history and to continue to build with each other, man, because our elders are passing away, man.
Yeah.
So we got to take that torch, man.
Yeah.
We got elders that's locked up, that's in the black, that comes from the black liberation stuff. Man, we still got Black Panthers that's locked up, man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And these people are elders. They're getting old. They're passing away, man.
Yeah.
So it's up to people like me and Drummer. We got to continue. We got to document this stuff, man.
Yeah, yeah. You said the right thing, Haki. Our elders are passing away, yeah, and they're passing away with the knowledge. And if we don't ask them for it, and we don't sit around them and take that knowledge is gone.
Exactly. It's gone.
Yeah.
And you'll never be able to get it back. Yeah. So that, like you said, we got to sit around and get this knowledge from them and get this documented history from them, man. And that's basically what I do, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just the extension of my elders, man. Like all my elders that's steeped into the new African history and black people's history. I'm a historian of that, man. You see what I'm saying? So I'm taking on the torch of my elder historians, man. Whatever they pass on to me, I'm going to keep and pass on to the next generation. That's what we must do. That's
right, brother. I'm gonna get you hooked up in Africa. I'm gonna hook you up in Africa, yeah, so you can link up with them. So you can link up with them, and you can spit that knowledge, bro. Because you know, this is what the people want to hear. They want to hear that exciting stuff. They want to hear that stuff that means stuff. Just like what we said. They do. Just like what we said with Tupac, you know, he spat the revolutionary in rhymes, in bars, you know. Some people don't want to hear the revolutionary in talk unless it sounds really, really exciting. But that's what we got to do. We got to put that spice on the thing and pass it to the youths, bruv. You know?
Exactly.
Real talk.
Real talk.
All right, my brother. Listen, it's always love, Haki, yeah?
Already.
I know you got to do your thing now, brother, yeah? But we'll catch up. We'll catch up in the week, though, brother, yeah?
Oh, yeah, we're going to catch up. And, I'm still going to, I'm going to do the other one for you, too, because, I got the questions and all that. So I'm going to get to that, too.
All right, then.
So, it's all love, bro.
All right, then, my brother. Love, yeah?
All love, bro.
Respect, King. Love, yeah?
Free
Blessed.